All right, gamers, it's your boy. Launchpad 1412. Excited to be back with some more Madden 23 gameplay. We got some MUT gameplay here. Online rank match versus a random opponent. And we got something to talk about today, man. Madden 24, EA Sports that just dropped the top 10 safeties and the top 10 wide receivers. So with no further ado, let's get into it, man. Just excited about the new Madden. Fantasy football's coming up. The NFL regular season's coming up. It's some of the best times of the year for me, man. I love it, man. So let's just get it in. So at number 10, they got Micah Hyde at 89 overall. I'm not necessarily big on. Well, not necessarily I'm not big on safeties, but I might not be the best person to determine which safety is which. So I'm just going to kind of speed through this just a tad bit, then we can get into the receivers where I can, give you guys my expertise so it's a little bit better. But at number 10, we got Micah Hyde at 89. And we got two Bills safeties on here. My goodness. Harrison Smith at number 9. Okay, I was a little shocked to see that, but he's still a beast. Okay. Remember I used to call him Freddy Krueger or Jason, one of them. I think I used to call him Jason and Derwin James Freddy Krueger, one of the two. I can't remember. Jordan Poyer is the second Bills safety I was talking about. He's at number 8 with a 90 overall. So Harrison Smith and Jordan Poyer are 90 overalls, and Micah Hyde is 89 overall. Another 90 overall at number 7, Buda Baker. At number 6, we got the Honey Badger with a 91 overall. At number 5, we got another 91 overall, and Jason Bates the third. The first 92 overall, Kevin Byard for the Titans, and he's at number 4 spot. At number 3, we got Justin Simmons, well deserved. He has 92 overall rating. Really good safety. I do know about him. Not Mike. I'm sorry. Micah Fitzpatrick. Okay. The Micahs are spelled different. Micah Fitzpatrick at number 2, 93 overall. I kind of thought he would be number 1 to be 100% honest, but the number 1 spot. We all know EA Sports loves Derwin James. He's number 1 at safety, 95 overall. I don't think you can argue with it. 95 overall, Derwin James. He's an absolute beast. He'll do good in real life. And he plays Madden, and EA, they love Derwin James. I think one year they gave us like a free Derwin James card. Like I think it was like a 99 overall at one point, like a couple years ago. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So that's the top 10 safety. That's the only thing I can say about that off the top of the head is that I thought Micah Patrick would be number 1, but he's not. And I'm not mad at it. It's all good. So let's get to the wide receiver. Okay, this is the nitty gritty. This is really kind of what I really wanted to talk about because there's a wide receiver that's not on here, and I'm shocked he's not on here. I'm not really sure what's going on with the technicalities of how they rate these players, and it's kind of funny because we're talking about the ratings right now. When Madden drops in probably about a month or so, it's not going to matter that much because they change the ratings. The ratings go up and down depending on how good the players play during the week. But for that month though, you still got to play with the players on these ratings. It's gonna get nutty, man. It's gonna get real nutty out there in the Madden streets. Plus with crossplay, man. Oh my goodness, it's getting ready to be a wild year, man. Just prepare yourself. At number 10, we got Amari Cooper, a very polished receiver, good route runner. At number 10, shocked to see him at number 10. Sometimes I forget he exists, even in fantasy football. Sometimes I got to remember that he is available and alive because he kind of just floats under the radar a little bit. But he's always been a really good polished receiver. Shocked to see that he's at number 10, but okay. Number 9, they got AJ Brown. I think he should be a little bit higher. Both of these guys are 91 overalls, by the way. At 92 overall, they got Scary Terry McLaurin. At number 8, 92 overall. Shocked he's even on the list, to be honest, as far as the top 10. And I like Scary Terry. You gotta remember that one year I had him on the MUT team, and he was just putting up all kinds of. I think I had him at 97 overall when that was the best at the time. Man, he was just doing crazy work. So that's my boy. I love Terry, but I don't really know if he should be on this list. At number 7, we got DeAndre Hopkins. He's a 93 overall. Okay, the first and only 93 as of right now. Okay. All right. Jamar Chase at 6. Ooh, a lot of people ain't gonna like that. That's gonna be debatable for a lot of people. But here's the thing about Jamar Chase. Remember how I was talking about how Amari Cooper is a little bit more polished. Him and AJ Brown to a degree. See what I mean by polished is as far as like being sort of a complete receiver. Now, as far as like route running, Amari Cooper, Hopkins, Jefferson, they're Adams. They're a little bit better at that. But Jamar Chase is not. But don't get me wrong, he's explosive, but he's not necessarily the best route runner. So I think that's why they got him at number 6. So I understand, especially if you look at who's in his top 5. This top 5. I mean, the top 10 is nasty, even with Terry in it, scary Terry in it, because he's a beast in his own right too. But man, you look at this top 5, you can kind of see why Jamar Chase is number 6 with a 94 overall. But I'll tell you guys my thoughts, my overall rankings at the end, who I would have at number 1 to 10. Number 5, we got Cooper Kupp, a 96 overall rating. Understandable that he's in top 5. He's an absolute beast. Stephon Diggs at number 4, 96 overall. Not bad. Pretty good receiver. Not bad. Devontae Adams at number 3, 97. Tyreek Hill, woo, at number 2, 98 overall. He is the burner. He got the speed. He got the speed, so you already know why he's up there at number 2. Speed is like the ultimate killer in Madden. And number 1, Justin Jefferson, well deserved. Number 1. I definitely think he was the best receiver overall in real life last year, and I can see why he's number 1 with a 99 overall rating. I think he's the first. If I'm not mistaken, he was the first 99 overall rating that EA Sports announced. So I'm sure that's quite an honor. I know he's probably looking at that like, yeah, that's probably that's exactly what I should be. I should never be anything less. But here's my top 10. This is my personal top 10. I'm going to mention someone that they didn't mention in here. I was like, oh, I'm a little shocked they didn't put this guy in the top 10, but we'll get to it when it's his turn. At number 1, I would have Double J. Justin Jefferson, the best, wide receiver in the game right now. Had the best year last year. Not as fast as Tyreek Hill, but more polished as far as route running and all that. So, and he also can catch crazy catches. Number 1, definitely well deserved. Number 2, my number 2, I would have Cooper Kupp. That's me personally. I have Cooper Kupp at number 2. I still think he was on the road to being an absolute monster in the league, and he's sneaky nice. He's sneaky nice. It's like he's so good that sometimes he catches it over 3 defenders. It's like amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen, like, he finds a way to get away from him. So I guess a little crazy on how to define his speed, but I think it's more quickness than speed. But he's a beast. I'd have it number 2. I had Devontae Adams at number 3 for sure. I would have Tyreek Hill at 4. Diggs at 5, and I think I'd have my boy CD Lamb at 6. With Jamar Chase at 7. And let's talk about Lamb real quick. That's what I was talking about, who wasn't on this list. I was like, man, where's CD Lamb at? So I'd have him at number 6. I'm sorry. Then I have Jamar Chase there, and then right after that, I have AJ Brown at 8, Hopkins at 9, and at 10, I can see why you would have Amari Cooper there. I can see, like, I can see as far as like all around. Even though Scary Terry might be a little bit faster, but if we're talking about like all around, Cooper, he might be just a little bit better than Terry right now. And I think he had a better season. Don't quote me on that, but I know Amari Cooper low key had a pretty decent season. And considering the only thing about him, it just seems like he starts to shine a little bit more when he's in like at home versus away. But you still can't deny the fact that he had a pretty good year, man. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how they didn't have CD Lamb in the top 10. So Amari Cooper is a 91 overall rating at the 10th spot. So I'm trying to figure out what is CD Lamb's rating going to be? Was he going to be a 91 or a 90? He got to be number 11, right? I don't know how they. I don't know what's going on there. So I can't wait to see what's going on with the next top 10 positions. It's gonna be a fun year, man. It is something to talk about that has fun. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the top 10 list or my top 10 list as far as the wide receivers. I didn't do a safety one because I didn't necessarily, like I said, I'm not necessarily the best person to talk about safeties last year. I wasn't paying attention to them as much as I probably should have been, especially being that I play fantasy football. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoy the list. My man, I showed you guys 2 games. I knew it was gonna take me a while to talk about these ratings. I knew I was gonna go on for a little bit. So You know, I showed you guys 2 videos in this one. I usually chop it up and give you guys 2 videos, but you know, you guys know how I do it. And you know, he quit after this. So, you know, shout out to both of our opponents. Much love, much respect. This is your boy, Launchpad 1412. And I'm out.